Hey, what is up, guys? This is Neil Doros, and welcome back to Coffee Break, wherein we talk about self-improvement and self-growth. So, ang topic natin for tonight. Actually, this is an interesting topic kasi this has been one of the things na na-encounter ko na rin personally as a person, as a man. You know? And this topic is all about kailangan mo ba ng closure? Kailangan mo ba ng closure? So, closure is something na it's not actually given. You know, most of the time hindi siya nabibigay. And most of the time people are always curious to have closure. Bakit ko nasabing curious? Kasi alam mo yung closure na to, kung bakit ka nagiging curious is you wanted to know. You wanted to know if you still lack something or if you have done something wrong. So that in the near future, pwede mong i-improve yung sarili mo. Sometimes that's the case, or maybe iniisip mo if you are lacking on something. Kaya siguro kailangan mo ng closure because you wanted to clarify if you fall short doon sa standards niya as a partner, no? But unfortunately, closure is not always given, and it's something na it's really hard to ask. You know, kasi sometimes bigla na lang hindi na siya magre-reply and all of a sudden, wala na. Yun na yun. That's the best closure you can get. Worst case scenario. Yun na yung best closure na may bibigyan niya sa iyo. And more often than not, it happens. Most of the time, it happens. But for me, nung nag-break kami, nung partner ko, we were couple for 8 years and we broke up. Actually, the broke up was a really bad, mahirap, masakit. It was a really bad experience. And all in all, it was not a good breakup. Honestly, it was not a good breakup. She doesn't want to give me that closure. To cut it short, she doesn't want to give me the closure that I was always seeking. Kasi I was curious. You know, I was curious kung bakit, ano ba yung nagawa kong mali. Everything was okay until at some point bigla na lang hindi. So I was curious, you know. And we broke up in June and I got the closure July. You know, pero during the time na nag-break kami noong June, it was very silent and no closure happened. She just explained to me na Hindi ko nga maalala kung ano yung reason kung bakit kami kung ano yung in-explain niya sa akin na closure eh. Pero what I can still remember was that it wasn't clear to me kung bakit kami nag-break. You know, ang nasa isip ko lang nun, maybe I did something wrong or maybe she fell in love with actually this was the main concept that was running in my mind, na baka may na-in-love siya or someone made her fall in love again. So, yun lang naman yung tumatakbo sa isip ko that time. And all of that time, yung 1 month na yun, I was drinking bad. You know, sabi ko nga sa mga friends ko, to those who know me, I always tell my friends na I have a really bad attitude, and it goes to show. Ang lakas ko uminom, guys, during that time. You know, if familiar kayo sa Fundador, you know, it's a drink. It's like para siyang VO. Para siyang, it's not a wine. It's actually more like parang a rum. Yeah. Basta yun. Familiar kayo sa Fundador. And sa isang normal glass, usually when you drink that kind of drink, when you drink alcohol or liquor, hindi siya sinasamahan siya ng chaser, ika nga nila, ng chaser. It could be water or some sort of drink just to ease out the pain when drinking that kind of alcohol or liquor. Pero during that time, when the heartbreak happened, it felt so sweet. Alam mo yun, ang tamis ng pagkapait niya. I know it doesn't make sense. It doesn't sound real, but that's actually the truth. That's actually what happened, you know, nung uminom ako ng alcohol that time. The alcohol was really satisfying kasi it's it's a drink that kapag may nararamdaman ka or may sama ng loob ka, when you feel pain, when you're feeling pain, the pain that comes from the alcohol, the bitterness ng alcohol is bittersweet, you know. It's really hard to explain, but when you come to a point na ganun na yung na-experience nyo, you will definitely it will all make sense. It will all make sense kapag dumating na kayo sa point na yun. Anyway, she didn't give me the closure, and we had a closure on July. So noong July, I asked her out just to talk for a while kasi I decided to buy a puppy then that time. So that's actually one of her mga gusto niya, her wants. She wanted a husky before, so I decided to buy one. Bumili ako just to make her feel na honestly, just to make her feel na I can get everything I have dun sa plans namin. I still want it, except that she's not in the plan anymore. So I want to make her feel that way. So nung bumili ako ng husky, she was there, she was really excited. So she felt belong sa plan. So it actually worked. So one afternoon when I was in her house, her phone was lying somewhere. Tapos I decided to check, you know. The detective part of me, the curious part of me wanted to check kung ano yung nasa laman ng phone. And all of a sudden, all of the conversations nung partner niya, I found it. Nakita ko. And as heartbreaking, it felt like my heart was broken twice. That was the feeling. Kasi, ewan ko, ang sakit ng feeling, guys. And when I found that out, I already knew that I shouldn't have done that. Dapat hindi ko na hinanap yung closure na hinahanap ko. And I was right. Maybe I did just confirm na she was having a third party. But nevertheless, it was really painful, masakit. The world came crashing to me, and dun ko naisip na sometimes closure is a good thing if hindi mo rin siya nakuha. Kasi you would have the chance to just move on and not think that you are lacking on something, you know. Kasi what happened that time was, naisip ko na maybe I fell short as a man kasi I did not provide her enough, or maybe I lost, or maybe I got distracted. Maybe I lost her sight for a while. Then someone saw him, or someone saw her, sorry. Then someone saw her, and yun na. And so sa mga naghahanap ng closure dyan, mahirap hingin yung closure. But if it's something that would make you think, that would give you peace of mind, then go ahead, get the closure that you want. Pero most of the time, it will not be given to you. Might as well just move on, let go and move on. Tuloy-tuloy lang, ituloy mo lang. It's a good thing if she gives you closure. Usually naman kasi, ang binibigay lang nila na closure is that it's not you, it's me. Most of the time, it's like that. Or, actually, all of the time. Parang yun lang yata yung sinasabi nila. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that was the pattern that I saw. So closure, yun nga, like I said, if it makes you happy that you could find it, if you're lucky enough that she gives you the little ounce of respect to give you the closure, so be it. Tanggapin mo yung closure na yun, swallow it whole, and then move on. Let go and move on. So if you're not given, if you're not lucky, if hindi ka binigyan ng closure, then my bro, it's time to move on. Kasi either way, if she gives you the closure or not, doon ka lang din pupunta to move on. We're not going to talk about babalikan mo pa siya after the closure or what. But we're talking about if you deserve a closure. But we're talking about if closure will make a difference. Because actually it's not. And most of the time it won't. Kasi closure, alam niyo yun guys, bigyan ka man yan ng closure or hindi, it will not change the fact that she and you are already over. Wala na kayong dalawa. Your time has come as a partner, and unfortunately you did not went all the way. Unfortunately, she did not become your wife, and that's just the truth. We just have to accept that. And someone will come pa din. Someone who looks at you. You will always find someone who's going to love you the same way or even better than the one who loved you before. Maybe not now, maybe not soon, but definitely there will come someone. Time will come, someone will come. So, for now, the best advice that I can give you is not wait para sa closure and to focus on yourself. Focus on your self-improvement. Focus on improving yourself. Focus on your job. Focus on getting that long time promotion na hindi mo pa makuha-kuha. Focus on your business if you have business. Focus on exercise. Mag-exercise ka, mag-diet ka. Find new goals. It's not the end of the world if mag-break kayo ng girlfriend mo, no. And if hindi ka niya bigyan ng closure, you can always move on. You can always restart. You can always rebuild. So, I want you guys to have this. I want to leave this to you guys. That no matter what happens, you move on. Kasi looking back at me, moving on was the best decision that I've ever had. Kasi there was a time na someone who is very close to me really wanted me. I'm not really sure if I still wanted to fight, I wanted to fight for her pa. But it seems like the support system namin around us that time as a couple, they weren't there. They weren't present. And it feels like they actually wanted us to break off. So, mahirap kasi ipaglaban yung bagay na madaming kumukontra sa'yo. It's possible. Kaya ipaglaban, but it's going to be difficult. But for me, I wasn't that strong enough back then. That's why, I journeyed myself into self-motivation. So this was the story of how I started then, back that time. When we broke up, I started to self-motivate. So I want you guys to do the same. Move on and motivate yourself and improve yourself. And yung mga mamimit nyo na babae or partners or lalaki, if there's any woman listening to our podcast right now, yung mamimit nyo na person someday will always be the same level of person who you are right now. What I'm trying to say is, kung ikaw ay kung broken-hearted ka, kung malungkot ka, it will attract the people. The same people na ma-attract mo would be the same guys, would be the same people, would be the same type. They will be sad, lonely, broken type of people na may encounter mo. But if you focus on self-improvement, self-growth, self-happiness, all of the people that will be attracted to you will be the same. They will be goal-getters. They will be successful. Yung mga successful na tao yung mga attract mo. yung mga magaganda. I'm sorry for the word, but that's actually true. Or for sa mga babae naman, yung mga gwapo. Those who have higher quality and higher standards than you. So move on, motivate yourself, improve yourself. That's my take on you. So thank you guys for listening to our second episode ng ating podcast. I'm really sorry that I wasn't able to upload any content last week kasi I was out on vacation. And thankfully, nandito na ako, nakauwi na ako ngayon. And itutuloy natin. The initial plan was to upload an episode at least daily. And let's see if we can still do that. I wanted to keep on my word kasi I think the best way to help more people is to produce content like this at a constant and consistent state. So please support, guys, the podcast, the episode. I would really love to hear your reviews, to watch and listen to your reviews, and to read your reviews. I want to see kung ano yung mga thoughts nyo. I want to see what else can we improve sa ating podcast. We're constantly looking for improvements kasi ako, I'm just starting out. All criticisms are welcome. And if you'd like, please do follow us and give us a like if there's a like button, and if not, give us a thumbs down and explain naman kung bakit na tayo nagka-thumbs down. So thank you guys for listening. I hope you enjoyed the podcast episode. So take care. Bye bye.